This is your Apex Legends Global Series Summer Circuit Super Regional Number 2 recap. I'm Kate. Let's get into it. Game 1 starts off with GnaskeStrafeDel drawing first blood early into the first zone on third impact inside one of the new vault locations, but it doesn't stop there. GSD goes on to demonstrate in the late game that zipline bouncing is still viable as they utilize Pathfinder's trusty zipline to enter the last zone above everyone right before they drop down and clean house with their shotguns for a massive 14-kill victory to start their day. Now, Game 2 started out a little bit rough for our defending champions Gambit Esports as Leogree gets picked off early on their rotation near artillery by major pushers. Hardeki and Artico managed to escape with their lives and Leogree's banner. This doesn't spell the end for them, however, as they manage to respawn Leogree and end up in the last circle trying to close the game out. But Leogree gets picked off by APAC Gaming as they push the last fight. Meanwhile, AHG waits idly by for the right opportunity to move in and clean up the rest of the fighting teams. APAC takes the win with 7 kills. However, despite their early troubles, Gambit actually picks up more points with a second-place finish and 14 impressive kills. Now, Game 3, we see a deep thermal station ring, which means any team caught on the outside of that southwest compound, well, they're going to be seeing a lot of heat. GnaskeStrafeDel continue to play for consistent placement points after their massive Game 1, despite being heavily focused while the 6th ring closed. Gnaske, surviving on a literal 1 HP, helps secure them a second-place finish with 5 kills. Outsiders take the victory here with an early rotation into the compound right where the ring closes, snagging 9 kills on top of that. Now, Outsiders may have been the last team standing in Game 3, but in Game 4, they unfortunately left the party early at 18th, but managed to pick up 4 kills before falling, so they're not going away empty-handed. GnaskeStrafeDel yet again continuing to be consistent with a 4th place and 7 kills, but most of the top 3 will be some familiar names, yet new to the top standings of this tournament with 3rd Impact, third-partying North to eliminate them at 3rd place. That's a lot of 3s. Then Gamers Origin giving 3rd Impact the same treatment to take the win in game number 4. Game 5 starts with a very close gap between 1st and 2nd place. Gnaske's team going into Game 5 with 56 points, while Outsiders trailed them at 52. Both teams playing incredibly passive and just trying to make it into the last zone. Outsiders find themselves in between 3 different teams in round 6 as they simply try to outlast Gnaske's team. Unfortunately, they get pinched by both Navi and Flavor of the Month to get eliminated at 3rd, but they manage to pick up some kills from Gamers Origin and Navi before they completely hit the dirt. GnaskeStrafeDel comfortably watch from afar, choosing to stay safe and watch their biggest enemies get eliminated before they decide to get involved, take that victory both in Game 5 and the entire tournament for their 2nd ever online tournament victory. Then it was on to the Americas region. Game 1 kicks the tournament off with Team AimAssist spilling first blood with a full, clean wipe against Brazucas. This ends up foreshadowing the rest of the game as AimAssist pulls up a massive 17-kill win, with the final fight being an easy third-party setup from Smile and TLP engaging on each other in the final circle. Now, although they didn't post up a crazy amount of kills in Game 1, Smile sets up in Game 2 to keep the consistency rolling after their prior 2nd place finish. As the circle closes towards the north side of Rig, Smile sure is smiling after they realize they are safe in the last zone underneath the elevated platforms. This allows them to simply clean up the teams they're exposed and forces them into fighting each other with very little effort to secure them a massive 11-kill win and a victory on top of their 2nd place. Game 3 on World's Edge certainly shook things up for most of our teams, as many of them predicted a drill station ending, but the 4th ring reveal had different plans as it actually pulled south beyond the mountains and threw a major wrench in most teams' plans. Fortunately for AimAssist, they were on the right side of the zone as they challenge NRG for their hill, knowing they'll be in a good spot if they take it over, which they end up doing with ease. It was smooth sailing for them as they used the terrain advantage to mop up the remaining teams and take their 2nd win of the tournament with 6 kills. Game 4 doesn't take too long for most teams to see. We're going to have ourselves a survey camp ending. All the top 3 leading up to this game ended up falling a slot sooner than planned, such as AimAssist being eliminated as early as 14th place. Now, this paves the way for the teams that are still in the running to prove they can still hang. The top 3 featured an exciting ending between Rogue, NRG, and TSM. Now, right as the ring starts to close, Sweet Dreams hits a massive Kraber shot onto NRG's rocker, but they reset handily with a gold backpack as TSM decides to grapple up to the high ground to get rid of Rogue's advantage. All the while, NRG heads to the zone, being the only team with a full 3, doing as much damage as they can, while Nafin sits in the void, only to clean up Snipe Down as he's the last man standing to pick up a 7-kill victory, while Rogue gets an 11-kill, second, bumping them up to 3rd in the overall standings. Going into Game 5, there's a very small gap between AimAssist at 53 points in 1st and Smile at 47 points in 2nd. AimAssist looking to close this tournament out with a steamy hot finish as the dome circle is revealed early on to our players. AimAssist keen on this circle, start off hot by making their way to the southern end of the dome area, where they actually encounter 2nd place Smile and pick off Petty Boss, leaving the other 2 to escape and eventually get eliminated at 10th place. This just set the tone for AimAssist as they continue to dominate the rest of the lobby, very similar to our game number 1. They continue to slaughter just about every team they came across to eventually claim not only the match, but the entire tournament, finishing off their second 17-kill victory. Now remember, to keep up with all things Apex Legends, make sure to follow us at PlayApex and playapex.com/ALGS. Looking to be part of the action? Head to battlefy.com/ALGS.